ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಒಂದು ತಿರುಗೇಟ್ ತರ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ತುಂಬಾ ಕಿಡಿಗೇಡಿ ಟೀಕೆಗಳು, ತುಂಬಾ ಕಿಡಿಗೇಡಿತನದ ಒಂದು ಪರಮಾವಧಿ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ. ಇಷ್ಟಾದ್ಮೇಲೂ ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ ಎನ್ನುವಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಇನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟ್ ಮಹತ್ವ ಸಿಕ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭಾ ಅವರೇ, ನಿಮಗ್ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಇವರು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು ದ್ವೇಷ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು?
ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ದ್ವೇಷನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಭಟ್ರ ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಭಟ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನೇ ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ದ್ವೇಷಗಳು ಇದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು
ಸೈದ್ಧಾಂತಿಕ ಚರ್ಚೆ, ಇದು ಸೈದ್ಧಾಂತಿಕ ಸಂಘರ್ಷ. ನಾನು ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಮಾನತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ವೈಚಾರಿಕತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಮಾನ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಡೆದಿರೋ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಸಾರಾಂಶ ಇದೆ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮುಖಾಮುಖಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಭಟ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮುಖಾಮುಖಿ ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸುಳಿವೂ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರನೇ ನನಗೆ ಅವರ ಒಟ್ಟು ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಗಿರೋದು.
ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾನ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆ ಕೇಳಿದಾರ ಅವರು? ನೀವು ಈ ತರ
ನೋಡಿ, ಅವರು ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಅವರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಮಂಡಿಸಿದ್ರು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಸೋಮವಾರ
ಬಿಡಬಾರ್ದು,
ಸೋಮವಾರ ಕೊಟ್ರಲ್ಲ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೀತಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತವ್ರು, ಎದೆಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಓದಿರೋರು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓದಿ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾನತೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ತರ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಾನೂನಿಂದು ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ರುಚಿ ಎತ್ತಬೇಕು ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಬರೆಯಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನೂರಾರು ಜನ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಇದು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಸೋಮವಾರ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್
ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಭಾಷೆ. ನಾನು ಸಮೇತ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೂಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲಾ ಭಾಷೆ ಬಳಸಬೇಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಪಾಯ, ಇದು ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ನಡವಳಿಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಯೋಗ್ಯವಾದಂತ ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸಂವಾದನ ನಡೆಸಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾಗಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ತೀರಾ ಖಂಡನೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಯ್ತು, ಆಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನೋವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಮನ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೋವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಷಮೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಬೇರೆಯವರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಮಾತು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಭಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ನಂತರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಬಂತ? ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ದೂರು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ?
ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಅದು ನೋಡಿ ಆ ತರದೊಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿರುವಾಗ್ಲೇನೆ ಬಂತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಈ ತರದವು ಘಟನೆಗಳಾಗಿದ್ವು. ಕುವೆಂಪು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವಹೇಳನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ದಿನೇಶ್ ಅಮೀನ್ಮಟ್ಟು ಅವರನ್ನ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಲೇಖನ ಬರೆದಾಗ ತಲೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಾದಿದ್ರಂತೆ ಇವರು. ಇಂಥದ್ದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಗತಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೀಯಾಳಿಸಿದ್ದು ಇತ್ತು. ಇದೇ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವ್ರದೊಂದು ಟೀಮು, ಭಟ್ರೊಬ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದವರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಪತ್ರಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಚಿತ್ರಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅನುಭವಿಸಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಆತರ ಅಂತವ್ರೆಲ್ರು ನನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನೀವಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಲಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಇದು ಅವನದ್ದು ಪಾಪದ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ ತಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನ್ನಿಂದ ನೋವಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Right, that was Ms. Prabha, who is the complainant in this particular case. In fact, Arun, if you could take us through exactly what she's gone on to state.
There are a few interesting pointers this woman has raised, Akshita. One point is that she's been a continuous poster on Facebook. She's made these postings of various subjects. And it's not the first time that this particular person in question, Bhatt, has made comments. In fact, she said that there have been several instances in the past where he's made very diametrically opposite kind of statements, but they have not been so very vitriolic or so very offensive. This time around, after she had made the posting on Sunday, and this particular person in question, V.R. Bhatt, had replied or put his opinion on the Facebook wall on Monday, there was in fact a barrage of comments coming in from people which seemed to have influenced or helped Prabha to approach the police. She had never done this in the past, but the response from the other public or the other Facebook users who were logged on to the Facebook page which Prabha was using seemed to have commented and said that Bhatt had gone one too much far and that he needed to be put in his place, and that's the reason why Prabha actually approached the Chandra Layout police and filed a complaint, and on the basis of which actually Bhatt was picked up. In fact, what we also know is that there is apparently a kind of a group of people, similar like-minded people like this particular writer, who seem to be taking pot shots on the Facebook pages of several activists and making very, very negative comments, so to speak, Akshita.
Right, Arun, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. So there you have it, a woman bold enough to stand up when V.R. Bhatt, a writer and a self-proclaimed RSS man, went on to make a shocking statement where he stated that you women referring to activists should be dragged by your hair and raped by rapists. A number of people have gathered to protest against a real estate giant's DLF. The protesters came together in Akshaya Nagar near Begur, demanding action against DLF. They allege that over 1,860 flats have not been allotted by the real estate giant. The people had paid nearly 40 to 60 lakh rupees in 2007, but till date their flats have not been allotted to them. They claim the DLF was supposed to hand over the flat in 2012, but till date the real estate giant keeps them in the dark.
गली गली में शोर है, we want justice, we want justice, DLF चोर है, गली गली में शोर है, DLF चोर है, धिक्कारा धिक्कारा, DLF धिक्कारा, बेकू बेकू, नमः है बेकू, गली गली में शोर है.
And the people have held protests in the past as well, but DLF has failed to reply to their queries. They were allegedly told that the higher authorities did not deem it necessary to give the flat owners the answers. Till date, DLF has not provided them with an official statement or answer with regards to the status of their homes or other amenities promised to them, leaving them waiting for their dream homes.
DLF has cheated all of us. You can see how we are living here. We are staying, literally we have been brought to the streets, and we don't see any other way rather than protesting now. So it's a very sad situation that even kids have to bear this. They started advertising in 2008 mid, and then we signed the contract in 2009 mid, and we were promised that this will be handed over in 36 months, which is around 2012 mid. And we have paid more than 100% of the amount, along with lots of unjustifiable taxes, and we were never given any reason why we are being made to pay. Despite that, despite the buildings being ready, we are not yet being given possession.
The main problem is we are not at all being communicated what is going on. It cannot go on for a long time, right? First time it was promised on 2012 August, then 2013 August, then 2014 Jan, then and since Jan it is in every 3 weeks they are handing over the home, and now you can see how much they have handed over. And now we are not even know when we are going to get it. It's something like totally ruined our plan and everything. Putting the kids in the school, and we have moved here, and then we don't know what is going on. And we don't know, we are paying the loans, we are paying the EMIs and the interest and rents, and we have lots of other liabilities. Along with that, we have to take the pain. We don't know when we are going to get our home.
I don't think none of the here we have booked our apartment to teach our children. Today you come and protest against your home. I am feeling bad. You know, my kids, new kids are learning this. For this, I never booked a house. I booked that my kids will learn something new, good, a new place, proper amenities, a good upbuilding. You know, we'll be growing. I am feeling really bad to see these kids today here.
The penalty amount that we have demanded is different, but what they have written in the agreement is only 5 rupees per square foot per month, which is 6,000 barely a month. But look at the rents that we pay, 25,000-30,000 as rent plus maintenance, and what is happening at the end? I mean, the interests are going up, the costs are going up, the rents are going up, and the penalty what we are getting is what? Peanuts, mere peanuts.
We've been keep talking with Narasimha always. I think Narasimha keeps giving a promises, and he has never come back. He says he has to use two slogans. One is come back, I'll come back, or he will say that come, let us talk inside. That's what is happening. I think none of the promises is being executed from him. So this is, and Narasimha he's actually he's in charge of this project.
Actually, they got late by 2 years, and then we put lot of pressure, last year. Then they intimated this one, and they committed that, they will start procession from January 2014. But probably this is the eye washing, okay? They made it ready from outside, but if you go inside, there is nothing has been done, nicely. Not only that, if you see the other blocks, they have not done anything there, okay? So now
this is basically an email from DLF.
DLF.
And if you look at the possession schedule, by July 2014, all the blocks should have been delivered. We are protesting in August. This is a revised schedule. Last year, when we put pressure, they came up with this schedule that July 2014, everything will be delivered. Today, we are studying August 2014, nothing has been delivered. Second is, we are struggling lack of transparency completely. There is no escalation metrics, no proactive emails comes from DLF. Right now, after this email last year, none of the schedules are met, but we have not got a single email from DLF talking about